We are back. So last time I left off, I was trying to look for a cactus. A cactus, but I couldn't. There's no desert around here. After some deliberation, I just decided to call the operation a failure and went back to my base. However, being 6,000 blocks away, I decided to use another. For those unaware, one block in the nether is worth 8 blocks in the overworld. So if I were to travel 100 blocks in the nether and then build a portal back, I would have traveled 800 blocks in the overworld. And when you're 1,000 blocks out, it's incredibly helpful. It was only after I went into the nether that I found out that I had no idea where the portal even was. So after failing to fight some ghast, making some risky jumps, I eventually found a bastion, and though I already had netherite templates, I decided to get some gold blocks for enchanted golden carrots, one of the best foods in the game. After some more mining around to the general direction of where I remembered the portal to be, and some more dilly-dallying, I eventually found a path that I used for netherite mining and followed that, and sure enough, I found another portal. I was also facing some problems with Audacity. Twice. Recording. Yep. So the reason why I needed a cactus, because in the back of my base here, there is a small little, used to be an XP farm. Now you may notice that there is no zombie nearby, and that's because a creeper blew it up. You may also notice that it's blown up and there's a free armadillo, and that's because a creeper blew it up. You may notice also that if I were to go under the composter, there is a sand with no cactus, and that is because a creeper did not blow it up, but it despawned, and I did not notice at the time. But I have some bigger issues at hand, which is my durability for my tools, so I need to go fix that real quick. Remember the part when I was building an XP farm? After repairing my boots, I didn't have any XP for the rest of the set. Oh, but don't worry about why I have half a stack of netherite. I had a day off. I'm not happy right now. The only thing that could really even be repaired was my turtle shell, but because there were no deserts around, I wasn't able to find the second cactus. So the solution? Magma blocks. You see, the two properties that put these two blocks together are the effects on players and entities. If I were to stand on a magma block, I start taking damage. And on a cactus, same thing. And so if you would put composters on either of these, and then put any armadillos or any entities inside, they would continuously take damage. The farm will be explained later on, but I will leave a tutorial for it in the description. If I were an armadillo in a composter, would I take a damage? I would. Another change that I wanted to make was removing the wool, because why? The main source of XP in the farm would be silverfish, lots of them. Because of this, there are a few blocks that you can't use, specifically ones they can go in, otherwise they will explode everywhere and be a massive mess. So after rebuilding it, I got the remaining materials and a zombie, which didn't go well after falling in the ditch and being ambushed by a witch. Who the fuck just splashed me? But I got the zombie in. It was after this that I realized I completely forgot how to build this. No. And went back to the tutorial.
You're never gonna despawn. You're basically trapped here forever, you monster.
I think my fence gate might be too close. After getting some illegally obtained items, don't look into this video too closely. One issue was glaringly obvious. The armadillos kept dying. The armadillos are supposed to curl up to infinitely take damage, but they weren't. As it turns out, when I gave the zombie items thinking it would prevent it from despawning, I was completely wrong and stupid and dumb. That doesn't work at all. And there he is now gone. I then tried to get one into a boat with items or something, but then it blew up again. Alright, got a lot of issues right now. I'm trying to focus on them, mainly a creeper blowing up my farm. A massive issue now was losing multiple rare resources due to failed attempts, especially name tags, which I later actually learned were craftable at the time. This gave a bit more new hope to then repair my XP farm. Currently it was pretty bulky and it should have been smaller, so I just should have rebuilt it from the ground up. But I didn't really feel like all that. And then of course I named it Skippy Dingle Chalk, because why wouldn't I? But now there was an issue. The armadillos still didn't change. In the composter they uncurled and died, but out of it they were curling up, and because of that I couldn't take any damage. And that's when it clicked. Despite this being made to be an easy XP farm, magma blocks are never used in these designs, despite now being an easier block to obtain, especially with the aquatic update putting them in water landmarks and being abundant in Nether. The issue is, magma blocks work differently than cactus despite doing the same damage. Although magma blocks do damage you when stepping on it, the game registers it as fire damage, as using a potion of fire resistance does not damage any entities. The second reason may be as simple as the cactus not being a full block and its hitbox being slightly different. Whatever the reason may be, because of this, whenever I use the magma block, the armadillos will simply uncurl up, find themselves trapped in the composter, and just die. So let me go back to the first problem of the video. I didn't have any cactus and I was running out of options. Furthermore, I was being fucked with at this point. I tried to move the zombie, couldn't, decided to get a new one, and my friend skipped through the night. Tried again. Accidentally axed the zombie. Are you kidding me, dude? Finally got one in, and then decided to just log out for the night because I didn't even know how to progress at this point. I did end up fixing the XP farm, but this is on my phone, so I don't have any footage. Furthermore, as it turns out, I did have the old cactus all along. This is my base's wine cellar, so where I store and brew any potions. I didn't realize was when I was brewing some speed potions that I left the cactus in this barrel and never came back for it. Let me try to explain this farm the best way that I can. Why is my FPS so low? So in this compartment right here is a name tagged zombie. It needs to be name tagged to prevent it from despawning. In this area right here are a bunch of armadillos and composters that are near the zombies so that they curl up and are frightened and are unable to actually take damage from the cactus that is below them. Because of this, they are in a bit of a state of just infinitely taking damage while also not taking any damage at all. And in this area, we have a instant damage arrow, which is constantly being bubbled up by a soul sand water. You can also replace this with a trident. So because the armadillos are taking damage when you splash them with an infestation potion, they immediately start taking damage with the silverfish, which are then brought into this killing area and are constantly being killed by the damage arrow. Compared to a mob grinder, you get a lot more XP. And so then after repairing my gear, I decided to go on a small side quest. First things first, I need to tame another dog. While rebuilding the current XP farm, the friend who was currently on the realm decided to try one of his own designs, and instead of adding a modest amount of armadillos, like maybe 5 or 10, he decided to add 24. This is a bit off topic. I'm actually recording the voiceover and I think my earbuds just got dropped off. Yeah, I just got a notification on my phone. I'm gonna go check it out. Yeah, no, so this is the Soundcore K20Is that I've been using for a while. I have one in my ear right now, so that's why I only see 2. And then these are the Soundcore Aerofit 2. I actually haven't opened these up yet, so we're both seeing these for the first time. And yeah, they are much bigger. I'm trying to Soundcore, just a small size comparison, but I do think, I didn't realize my screen went to sleep. The sound quality is definitely a little comparable. It's definitely nice, so I do like them. Anyways, it would have worked and would have been a really good XP farm if he had not thrown in the infestation potion, and then if I had not tried to shoot an arrow of harming it while it was running. So after a zombie knocked me in, here I was swarmed by several thousand silverfish, which the fix was to kill all entities around, including the silverfish, the armadillos, the zombie, the name tag zombie too, me, the villagers around me, pet dog, and the sheep farm, all of which destroyed. You know, you see like 20 dogs here on any given day, and the second you're actually looking for one, it's nowhere to be found. Oh. Here's one right there. Heck. And another one. Oh, it can't pathfind out of it. Bro. Alright, yeah. It's very delicate. I've been stealing this. It's the clacking mechanical ones. This is more about. I just accidentally tried typing mechanical. For the record, I know how to craft glass bottles. Bedrock just makes it a lot easier to craft multiple at a time. Oh! After getting the glass bottles and nearly dying for them, I decided to start with the next project. Moving and upgrading a massive cross. Really pricey here. We'd be able to like obelisk to watch the sunset? I don't know. But he doesn't like how I built this massive cross because it just blocks the sun. I decided that I'm gonna build us. He can do what he wants with this. I don't care. Build a second one behind my own tower. It's gonna be twice as big. So I came to the realization that I never actually explained how I would be building this cross, so let me explain. I'm gonna be using a bit of a block system here. Each block is gonna be worth 1 unit, which is 10 tall, 10 wide, and 10 deep. So just like the original cross, it's going to be 1, 2, 3 blocks tall. And then on the third block, it's going to have 2 blocks on the side and then 1 on top. Hey, post me editing here. I actually need to make a small change. There we go. So the original plan would be that every unit would be instead of 10 blocks, it would be 20 blocks. But because of certain constraints, I was unable to do that. However, now that I'm moving the cross and I have a lot more resources, I can actually make it happen. Do you want to try something? Okay, I can't do it. So I have 2 double chests full. Without much else to dawdle on, I began construction of the improved cross. Check out the first block. That's block 3 done. You can really start to see the entire world from here. I think keyword space is somewhere over there, but it's probably out of render distance. There's a village that we airdropped a bunch of villagers from. And I can finally see the sunset. Give me it back. Thank you. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
Why are you making it bigger, bruh?
That was the original plan.
And it's just going to be straight deep slate?
Maybe some extra stuff since we have the space.
I meant the outside.
Yeah. So, by far, the biggest design flaw of this cross was that it would be just straight deep slate through and through. Because of this, he didn't want it to be so close to his base, but I didn't really care. I'm seeing... What is he planning? got a bad feeling about this. What? Yeah, so remember when he said that he wanted to move it far away? He meant it. You gotta move it up a bit. It's digging into the ground.
Dude, like space your base a bit from mine.
It's far away. It's far. It's not on your base this time. It's in like a completely different biome. Let the cross be your beacon southward. So there was a bit of difference in choice, difference in opinion, or some artistic differences, yada yada. Thing is, I wanted the cross to connect to the top tower in my base, but he didn't want such a massive building to be close to his base. But yet again, I didn't really care. It's big. It's from the original cross. That's my base next to the cross. And oh yeah, Creeper kind of blew up that as usual. He's enjoying the view. It's gonna be a massive project. Yeah, so I actually have no idea where the original fast forward clip went, so here's a new one before I add in the music. So we actually did end up removing the original second cross, but the second one, he actually he messed up building the frame and ended it off so it was kind of like a T. So then I added the last part of the frame, so it's gonna actually end up bigger than what it was originally planned to be. That's kind of cool.